So was the Hayduke easy?
No. I'm Dirty Avocado,
I'm Jarhead.
and this is our story on the Hayduke Trail.
The Hayduke is an 800-mile route through southern Utah and northern Arizona. It starts in Arches National Park and ends in Zion, and it gets there in the least straightforward way possible. It weaves in and out of 6 national parks, national forest, BLM land. It's all on public land, which is pretty cool.
Definitely the most bang for your buck, I think, for a desert hike. It's the most brutal hike that I've ever done, and the most logistically complex hike that I've ever done. Before the hike, we rented a car, bought a shovel, and buried food and water at 6 different places along the Hayduke. For most long hikes, this isn't normal, but the Hayduke is not a normal trail, and after 3 long days of driving, we were now ready to begin our big adventure.
We're at the airport start and we're ready to go.
Ready to go. Goodbye, car. You'd served us well. But it is time to walk. God, not this yet. Bye, highway, and hello, adventure.
There's always that good energy when you start a hike.
I'm just gonna be happy now forever.
We're gonna camp outside the park tonight and go check out some arches tomorrow. Yeah, first day on trail. It's just exciting, and there's so much leading up to it, so much planning, and then you step foot on trail and everything kind of goes away and all you have to do is walk. It's a good feeling. And back to months and months of trail food. I remember that first full day of hiking in Arches and thinking, like, wow, this is a pretty secluded section of the park. I suppose in my head, I had thought about the crowds that are usually around Delicate Arch and all those popular places. It felt like this is really the Hayduke. In a place that can be so crowded and populated, it's found its way to be not. And we are getting off the dirt road and into the void.
I see footprints. Danger, danger. Really fun and really novel seeing these crazy, wild alien rock formations that I never really seen before. It felt so new, and it felt like we really were out there just exploring. We found Willow Spring, or at least what will lead us to Willow Spring. You got it?
Yeah, over here.
Oh yeah. I got a sunburn. I got sand in my shoes. I got Duke in my Duke. It's getting deep though.
Everything is so pretty those first couple days too. It could just be a random bit of grass, but those first couple days you think, wow, this is the most beautiful stand of reeds that I've ever seen, and you feel like photographing everything. So it's fun to keep that excitement, or just to live in that excitement for that short period of time.
Very sandy. I could just go to the creek over there, but I'm too lazy. Won't let us bite.
Yes, please. Thank you. Pretty cold this morning. Kind of feel like I got hit by a mid-size SUV.
I would say standard size.
Okay, standard size SUV this morning.
Do you remember Courthouse Wash?
What about it?
It was like so deep. It was like day 2 and we were like up to our belly buttons, deep. I think that I like to hike so much because it's very fulfilling to get to a place on foot. It makes it a lot more personal as opposed to like if I drive somewhere or if I like fly somewhere. I just kind of become more one with that landscape. It's kind of hard to explain, but that's why I think it's so rewarding to hike, to walk.
We just finished the first section. A lot of everything. Some dirt roads, some arches.
I just got my period.
Got her period. Oh, you gonna be happier in an hour and a half when we're sitting down, relaxing?
Hopefully.
All right.
We got like 5 miles of road walking. So typically on these long hikes, you're gonna need some help at some point. And for us, it came pretty quickly. And in Moab, we were able to stay with some new friends, Caleb and Kelly.
My name is Caleb Meyer. My trail name is Topo.
What do you like about public land in Utah?
The volume of it. Utah's probably got the second most public land of any state, and that's incredible in the sense that it's open for anyone in America or coming here to visit.
What kind of feeling does the Utah desert give you?
Peace and tranquility. I think they say once the red dust, which is everywhere, gets into your pores and into your soul, it never leaves.
Pretty cold.
Yeah. We are headed out.
Looks like there might be some water over there. By the green trees.
Playing the fun in the tent game of where's the water. What do you think for tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're gonna dry camp somewhere, I don't know where. And then the day after, we're gonna get water from either the Colorado or this slightly alkaline spring in Lockhart Canyon.
This stretch is kind of tough with water, but it's out there, right?
I hope.
Yeah, I hope so too.
So we woke up not that long ago and started climbing up the road. Same road we've been hiking since Moab. But there's a short little spur here on the road towards the Devil's Golf Balls. I think that's what they're called. And we're gonna go check them out. See what it's all about. My pack feels so heavy right now. Don't forget to brush your teeth.
Well, they said this stretch didn't have any water, but the guidebook doesn't say anything about people throwing water bottles on the side of the road.
Sealed?
Oh, it's sealed.
Grab it.
We got it. The dirt road led us to Hurrah Pass, which was once used many years ago by cowboys to herd their cattle. The pass was steep and treacherous, and once the last cow made it through, the shout of hurrah echoed off the canyon walls.
Our lunch spot was Tom's place. Tom has an incredibly cool house with a disc golf course along the Colorado River that he shares with his turtle, Kobe. Are you happy?
Yeah, it's nice. That's a par.
Water is really hard on the Hayduke. It really kind of dictates what you do all day, every day.
How is it? Pretty muddy?
The water report that we mostly followed is extremely outdated. It was helpful sometimes, but you couldn't trust it. And we learned this lesson about water on the Hayduke the hard way in Lockhart Canyon.
And we just filled up water at the Colorado River, about 5 liters each. See how far we can get tonight in camp. Well, today's plan is simple. Go to the water. Please let there be water there. Please, please.
There's just something about having a sandwich, a ham and cheese sandwich in the back country. That just hits so good.
It tastes amazing. I like my cold cuts deep in a canyon. So we're at kind of a tricky section. We hit an impossible pour off, and now we're looking for some type of path along the side of the rim.
Somehow we get back on it. This is the part that confuses me right here. I don't know.
Yeah, where it gets really steep. What does the map say?
Puffy, and they're kind of like throbbing.
Yeah. It's okay. We'll rest here and take all the time we need.
The line says you go around.
Yeah, we'll go check out what this dry fall looks like. That is definitely a no-go. Steep.
The topo lines are a joke.
That's where we drop in. After a long day of hiking, the water we found that night was worse than expected. Yeah, it's not great. It's certainly clear, you know, but yeah, it tastes weird. I wouldn't want to drink a lot. Having a little bit to get us to the next creek, that'll work.
Now, we were really relying on that next creek for good water, but it was still 8 miles away. I had a dream last night that someone came up to us and was like, I have extra chips, I have extra Cliff Bars, I have extra candy, I have extra Gatorade.
So we're gonna get free Gatorade today?
I think we might get a cold beverage. You're casually filming stuff
Yeah.
on an 8-mile dry stretch and you have 0 water.
Yes. So, after yesterday of looking for water, not finding water, finding alkaline water that tastes horrible. The alkaline water is just really bad. We've read that it can really disrupt your gut and your just general well-being. Did I want to spend my birthday dehydrated? No. But did we? Yes. Yes, we did. Nice. Yeah. This was supposed to be our water source, but it's really alkaline and salty. And this is like a 30-mile carry to this, and there's really no water for another 20. But there is what I think is some type of like rain.
Recent rain.
Yeah, hole over there. Really lucked out with that. So we're gonna go filter from there. Yeah, this and all our sources is good, and it's, as you can see, it's white and disgusting. So.
And this was supposed to be the source. Yeah, we've been walking all morning for that. Well, we tasted it. I spit it out.
Yeah, it's like drinking a hot spring. Cheers. Well, I feel very grateful. Sometimes all you need is a measly pool. Oh, around an alkaline hellscape.
Hellhole.
It was a hellhole.
Doesn't deserve escape. You know, we're like in a really random part of the world right now.
We are.
Like, where even are we?
We're in the in-between. No one lives in the in-between. No one goes to the in-between. Animals don't even come here because there's no water.
Only idiots like Hayduke.
Only idiot Haydukers would ever find themselves in this location. The funny thing was, we were far from safe. The rain puddle was still very salty, and we still had a massive climb out of the canyon and around its ledges.
So somewhere over here, maybe even one of these cracks in between these like fat things, I don't know what you call them, is our way out. One of these cracks. Here's our crack. Oh my goodness. Looks like we're about to climb to the top of the world.
We'll probably hit our exit here pretty soon. Another 12-hour day. That little bit was tough.
I hated it.
I thought that if we had good water, then we would be just fine and we would like all of this. But the imminent doom of just
We're
like...
just like racing sunlight. Could be water here.
There could, so I'm hoping there will be.
Look out for it though, because it's getting dark. You want to just walk until we maybe find that pool?
Yeah, let's do it.
So, like, we don't know where it is.
Yeah, just before it got dark, we found a pool of water waiting for us.
Just as we were about to quit the Hayduke.
No, never. Just before we were about to accept a thirsty night.
Another thirsty.
Another thirsty night. We found a pool that has the best tasting water we found in 50 miles. So that was a nice end to a good birthday.
What you doing over there?
Filtering water from this glorious pool. Better than gas station water.
Better than yesterday.
Better than yesterday, absolutely. Oh, that's quality H2O.
Yesterday was H2 no.
H2 no! we're at the road. We made it out. It's pretty cool. Guess we're going there now. The needles look so green. That's crazy.
Cleanse that alkalinity away.
I want that top shelf lemonade. Sometimes it's the mountains and the canyons that make a place special, and sometimes it's the people who live and work there that make the place special for others.
My name is Amber, and I am the owner, partner of the Needles Outpost. We have so many people stopping by from all over the world, you know, some with experience camping, all the way to people who have never camped. When coming to a place this remote, coming here is a unique experience, right? To have a place out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And providing services. And I feel like it's a gift to be a part of. And the other thing I really enjoy is just being able to go out back on the property and hike around for a bit, you know, and anywhere, any which direction I go, even though I may have done it 100 times before, that's what this place brings. Gratitude. Lots of it.
Into the needles we go.
Got a hangry avocado over here. I need to eat. I feel like we have to turn that way. We don't go this way. We turn. Ow, mother. Oh, I just got stabbed.
Sure is pretty out there. How about this cute little campsite right here underneath the juniper?
Love it so much. Actually, I like that one better.
Oh yeah, buddy. Well, good day. Good day. Can't wait to just watch TV and eat 6 cheeseburgers.
A minimum.
A minimum of 6 cheeseburgers. It's the morning time. How are you feeling?
You know what? Not bad. Not bad at all. Needles was my favorite. The rock formations there are so peculiar and almost like whimsical when it comes to desert landscapes. I felt like it ended really quickly. That's how much I enjoyed myself there.
The needles were formed underwater, sand, silt, and mud compressed into hard layers. The layers were exposed when tectonic plates caused the entire canyonland region to rise. Then, water did its thing and eroded the cracks in the sandy layers, sculpting a beautiful stand of sandstone spires. It's hard to look away.
Just for all you speed freaks and people that never stop. It's 11:30. We've done 3.5 miles and we feel great.
We feel so good.
We're having a great time.
So we're gonna go like this, curve around, and then we're gonna get to Chesler Park. I think it's what it's called.
The sweat lines on my hat kind of look like needles.
Would you look at that?
How neat.
You ready to get into this joint?
Into the belly. Get in my belly.
Would you camp here?
Oh yeah, I'd camp here. It's flat. I think what's special about southern Utah in particular is all the recreation that happens It seems like there's a lot of people out there engaging with the land in some way, whether that be paddling down a river or on an OHV deep in the backcountry, fishing, hunting, hiking. There's a lot of people that were out and enjoying that public land. And when you're in the backcountry and you run into these people, it seems like everyone is looking to take care of each other. Fresh fruit out in the desert.
I just inhaled these 2 clementines.
How do you get
Yeah.
that?
So we are about to set up camp and we hear the amazing sound of OHVs. He got out of his car and he's like, "You all right?" "We're totally fine. Just wondering if you have any extra water that you could spare." And he's like, "Yep, we got a ton of water. We got a ton of Gatorade, snacks. What do you want?" I was rationing a lot, and so I need to just like catch up on that.
Yeah.
And now we can because
We
we
did.
have the water. It's camera shy.
The Hayduke is very remote. You're in pretty wild places, and the silence of the desert is something that is intoxicating. It's an interesting feeling to feel like you're some of the last people on Earth. Of course, you're not the last person on Earth, and other people have been here before. But it's a unique experience being in those places and to be almost overwhelmed by the silence, but also feel a deep sense of peace in them. My feet have been hurting, so definitely massaging them today. We did a lot of sand walking after doing a lot of sand walking after doing a lot of sand walking. And we decided that when you walk on a lot of sand, it doesn't necessarily hurt then, but just wait an hour and you start to feel these creeping pains in your feet. So we've just been taking it easy, stretching, seeking some shade, and we are headed down to Fable Canyon to grab some water and look for a place to camp. We're going down there.
So we've been looking for a campsite now for the past mile or so, but this area is not very conducive to flatness. I think at this rate we're just gonna end up climbing out of the canyon. Wait, Jar, what about down there?
Is it nice?
Pretty perfect.
After walking on a bum foot for the last couple hours, soaking my feet is just what I need. Definitely a blessing tonight.
Last night we scored with the perfect little campsite. It was like the only level place to put a 2-person tent down. Not only that, but this place is magical.
Yeah, so not that way.
Like yesterday, but
Yeah.
something. You want to go first?
No, you can go. Yeah, I'm seeing that like if you try to go this way, there's like a huge cliff. You
Yeah.
see how that's like really cliffy?
Yeah.
But if you just want to be up there, you could take this around. On the Hayduke, you have to be really active with your mind. Either you're thinking about water a lot, you're thinking about the terrain in front of you, you're trying to negotiate with the sun. Your mind is really active a lot, and sometimes that can be tiring, but also the engagement that it has can be enjoyable and rewarding. It should kind of flatten out up here. How is it back there? I think then to the right there.
It's kind of like a way around this way too. with a good tree to hang on to. This is the last climb, I think, and we should be cruising on over to the road.
We heard a lot of horror stories about Young's Canyon. It seemed like you had to hit some very particular spots while descending into the canyon, or you'd be totally screwed. We are packing up for lunch, about to drop into Young's Canyon.
We just came out of an underworld, only to be back at the normal world briefly, and then to go back into a different underworld.
Well, this wasn't on the map. Stove. Some cots. So no go at the dry fall. Thus begins the upper bypass. Way up there.
Looks like better than going that way. I've learned that when you're doing something on the Hayduke, if you think you're done, you're not.
Yeah.
You're still in it. Not a lot of miles today, and we're running out of food. On the Hayduke, that's just how it goes sometimes. Ready to drop. The climbs are steep, the navigation is complicated. Ever just bust out of the walls. And the drainages are thick with vegetation. We needed a way to lighten things up after a tough day, knowing tomorrow would be even harder. What better way than to start a fire?
Nice to smell a fire at night.
It's so cozy, oh my god. I feel like I could just die right now. Thanks for being the perfect boyfriend.
Thanks for being the perfect girlfriend who likes my fires. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh god, oh god. I'm out of here.
So we woke up this morning, we got the clouds that we wanted, but forecast is saying maybe some rain later this afternoon.
It says once down through the cliff bands, contour south into the thumb and left of this formation where it's possible to descend the steep talus. So just left of this, it seems.
Some rocks are really loose. Here.
I see that it goes more towards like a hill, better slope to get us down to the bottom. We made it. I got a little boo-boo.
Yeah, he dislodged a huge ass boulder.
Check your rocks before you grab. So I think that was the last really hard part of the puzzle. We have quite a bit of miles to our cache. I think as for figuring out something, it's more straightforward from now on. Good job. And we went the wrong way. Back we go. All right, let's try again. And we went the wrong way again.
Kill me now!
Third time's the charm. They say Dark Canyon is very easy.
It's turning out to be a peaceful day.
What you got? Caterpillar. Cool. On the map, Dark Canyon seems like this impossible cliff to scale. Just all the topo lines are squished together, and we were looking at it thinking, how are we gonna make it up this? It took us a long time.
We climbed about 200 feet and we have another 1,400 to go. So I feel just fine.
Oh, there's a rainbow.
I'm just gonna scale up here.
Seems just to keep going and going. So close. Oh.
I can't believe we just did that. That was so beast mode.
That was beast mode. We have about 2 miles left to our cache. We are definitely out of food. I have chia seeds, I guess, left, which I could eat by the handful, but I'm not going to. There's just not a lot of town comforts. I don't know, bordering on like 2 weeks from Arches to here. So we just have caches to keep us company and each other. Proud of us. Made it to our cache last night. Got some fruit stacks, some beans.
Fruit stacks.
I got stacks of fruit snacks and some beans. Here's our little break spot. Here's the dry red desert all around.
I need to stretch badly. I could definitely take it up. So trail magic number 2. We saw these guys by the trailhead of Dark Canyon last night. They caught us on this road walk in their car and they stopped and they asked us if we wanted anything. So of course, now we're learning to ask for things. I'm choking, it's so good. I'm not being dramatic. It's so tart and juicy.
I will say I have never carried so much water on a trail before than this one.
So once we got to the highway, we kind of had a decision to make. We had to decide whether or not we were going to keep going for another 40 miles or if we were going to hitch into town right there from that spot. My feet they were kind of starting to hurt at this point. But because we had our cache there, we were pretty much good to go on food, and we decided to not hitch from there and keep going. And I really struggled with that because, you know, you just want to go to town. I love going to town, especially if your feet are hurting. Like, last thing you want to do is keep hiking. But once we got to camp, I was just feeling really overwhelmed. And I kind of just broke down and was upset. I did not want to be there in that moment. That was definitely a low point. But once I woke up that morning, I felt a little bit better. And, you know, every day on a long hike is a new day. So I decided to rally and we kept going off into the next unknown, that next 40-mile stretch, which turned out to be kind of the worst.
What was so bad about it?
I hate the red benches.
In the desert, water can be painfully absent or painstakingly abundant. Our goal was to reach the Dirty Devil River, what the guidebook describes as a muddy, toxic river filled with heavy metals. To get there, we first had to cross the red benches, a dry, barren maze of endless hills and ledges that got the best of us in our thirsty, sun-inflicted state. We meditated while we walked, trying to separate our minds from thirst, focused instead on the goal of reaching the river with a little help from some friendly clouds.
See any water down there?
I was trying to look. We have finally made it.
No, not yet.
Well, that's true. We've made it to the top. Now we gotta go to the bottom.
What did you do once we finally got to the Dirty Devil?
I drank a lot. I drank a lot of water. Immediately. I drank like a gallon of the Dirty Devil that night. Not much else you can do when you're really, really thirsty. We are getting ready to get our feet wet. How's it feel after another day of dehydration yesterday?
I don't really know anymore. This is just how it is, I guess.
Maybe it'll get better.
I'm just grateful that we're gonna be in water for the next 5 miles because that's all I wanted yesterday.
It's the only thing I wanted.
All right, we gotta go. Oh no. Oh. You think you could just come out here, hike the Hayduke? Be all cute? It's not cute. Nothing cute about this. I smell like a men's urinal. So we just ran into a herd of cattle, but intermingled into that herd was like a young bighorn sheep, just like casually hanging out with them. We have a couple theories. The first one is that its mom died while descending from the red benches onto Fiddler Cove. We think that the baby just somehow made its way down and found this group of grown-up cows with babies to like take her in. I've never seen that before.
Another day done. Tomorrow, we're going to town.
Yay! Pillows! Yay! Running water. Do you remember how bad we wanted cheeseburgers by the end?
I wanted a lot of cheeseburgers.
We were drooling that entire road walk. 2 more miles and we'll be in town eating delicious cheeseburgers.
How long do you think it's going to take for us to get a hitch?
25 minutes tops.
I say 4 cars. And that 4th one, lucky number 4, gonna be like, wow, those young people look like they need to go anywhere but the side of the road.
What was your favorite town?
Favorite town? I liked Hanksville a lot. It seemed to have a lot of hardworking people that were trying to make Hanksville a cool place to be. I remember him looking at us and looking at our packs, and then the inevitable, y'all hiking something?
Hi, so I'm Pina. Pulled in and just saw the bag sitting there and instantly knew that we found some thru hikers. Figured we say hello, and here we are, giving a camper tour now.
Why did you buy the camper?
Just living a nice nomadic lifestyle now. Wanted to travel around a little bit more. Just really like being active, and being outside is a great place to do that. A lot better than a gym.
Yeah.
Welcome. So this is the humble abode. We have the full kitchen here. Nice sink, lots of storage above, beside, as well as up top here. Flips down to be a bunk bed for your super ultralight friend.
Wait, that's cool.
Yeah,
Wait,
I wouldn't.
Really, this whole thing?
Yeah, so this whole part folds down and it just sits on these ledges. for when I'm off the grid for quite a while. I got a big battery bank down here, as well as an inverter on top of it. So yeah, I can operate the inverter from a hole up here in the seat, which is kind of cool.
Have you been taking advantage of the public lands out here?
Yeah, so I've been using an app called iOverlander, and that's been great for finding parking lots as well as good spots on BLM land, which I've been using quite a bit. Fun to just drive out into the wilderness and park up, set up your home for a couple days, and you got the whole place to yourself.
Our first 00 in Hanksville.
It's all over now.
Our first objective was to climb up and over the Henry Mountains. We were happy to leave the desert for a day and see everything from way up high. At the time, I don't think either of us knew that a week from now, we'd be trapped, bushwhacking down a river, trying our best not to go totally insane. We found water!
Delicious, clear, cold spring water. It's so nice to be back in the mountains where the water is so cold and clear. I love it. We just saw a guy kind of posted up out here in a tent with his dog and his old truck. I don't know, it kind of makes you think, like, what am I going to be doing when I'm older?
And what did he say to us?
He said that if he was younger, he'd be doing what we were doing. And we get that a lot. But you know, I meet those people in places that are pretty cool in the backcountry. You don't really have to hike 1,000 miles to enjoy the mountains and get something out of it. I think you can have your own little adventure. So maybe he'll go on a little adventure with his dog in the next couple days, thinking about us in the middle of nowhere here. We made it.
Tomorrow we're gonna head up on the ridge. Way up there. Be excited to be on top of a mountain.
Yeah.
Should be good.
I love the Henrys. It was so nice to be in a cooler environment, and then visually just nice to be in the alpine and to be surrounded by that alpine, more welcoming environment. I think that in my heart, I'm just a mountain girl through and through. But yeah, I mean, I love the desert because it challenges me. Yeah, I love the Henrys.
The Henrys were the last mountain range to be added to a map of the American West. There's a mystery of gold here. The story goes, the Spanish explorers in the 17th century located a big gold mine high up in the mountains and forced the Indians who lived there to extract it. There was a terrible battle, and the Indians won. Then, when they were covering up the mine, a medicine man put a great curse on the place. For anyone who uncovered the mine, their blood would turn to water, and poison weeds would grow instead of corn. Of course, this didn't stop dreamers from exploring the Henrys, but dehydration, sickness, and death did, for people like Al Henny, who was last seen in 1933 walking towards the mountains with nothing but a gunny sack of bacon, oatmeal, a frying pan, and a coffee pot. His body was never found. For us, our fate was much less dramatic. We were just trying to get off the mountain. No gold or curses for us today.
What do you think?
I think it's time to get back to the hot desert.
Where do we go?
Right there. That's our road right there.
The Hayduke is divided by dirt roads. You get on a dirt road and you walk to an area that's challenging, and it just like throws you to the wolves, and all you want to do is get to another dirt road. Then you get to that dirt road and you walk for a while on the dirt road. It feels good to stretch your legs, and then you're just thrown into another like level of a video game.
We were over there. this morning, and now we're here in Tarantula Mesa. We got water in a tire, which is nice. There's a bug dying. Should we save it? Come on, little bug. Saved to live another day. Should we save every bug in this town? Just kidding. We have 3 miles to the drop off, but we will deal with that tomorrow.
After hiking 250 miles on the Hayduke, we had settled into the rhythm of a long hike. It's a simple existence, where the joys are even simpler, like tonight, watching a pretty sunset and feeling small in this tiny corner of Earth.
Another morning. We're waking up a little earlier these days. That's nice.
Yay, 7 o'clock.
Yeah. We're headed on some road until the big drop of Tarantula Mesa. And from there, the maps is just a little confusing.
We're almost a month into this hike.
What's going well?
My feet are still walking.
We're feeling stronger, but we're definitely having some problems too. Some pain here and there.
Oh, a pack rat chewed my spoon last night. That's my fault for leaving my spoon out.
The sun never stops, so maybe some clouds this afternoon. Yeah, time to get stepping.
We have like 3.5 miles of road walking this morning, so that should be really nice. And then we get off the road, cross country for under a mile, drop. Once we're in, that's the part that I can't conceptualize. And then we're gonna reach the edge of something, and we have to kind of walk around that to the right.
Here it is.
You found it? There's the cairns over there.
This is what we're dropping into. Ugh.
And I think I'm gonna go this way. Even though it's kind of... Actually, no, I'm gonna go this way. So, we came from over there, dropped, and then we contoured all the way this way, and then dropped. We drop and then we basically come back. But see, that's why I felt like that wasn't the main drainage. Oh yeah, it goes that way. It's right over there.
I think the Hayduke could be tough because it really compounds on itself. Maybe one individual section isn't terrible, but you throw them back to back to back and they start to wear you down. Sometimes you don't have any water, but the terrain's pretty easy. And sometimes you have all the water you need and the terrain is slow going and difficult. There's always seemed to be something that was adding to the level of difficulty.
And now we're headed up the infamous switchback.
The bird trail switchbacks. And we remember it from caching food.
Capitol Reef was once home to the Fremont Indians, who referred to the land as the Sleeping Rainbow. Here lies the Water Pocket Fold, an incredible warp in the Earth's crust that extends for nearly 100 miles. The fold was difficult to navigate over commercially until John Burr developed a trail in 1876 to move cattle back and forth between the winter and summer ranges.
So we're going up the bird trail switchbacks now, and it's just a nice dirt road with crazy views. Also, the Henrys. Just a few days ago, we were descending down those ridge lines. So right at the top, we left one of our food and water caches.
Looking at some Hayduke hikers. We got moose and bugs. We're here a week ago. No other Hayduke hikers. It's just us in our own bubble.
Here's our cache. We're gonna have Jarhead do the honors. Oh, dude. This one's really deep. Are you happy?
Yeah.
I see beef jerky.
Oh, we got this too. Nice.
Yes. And now we are starting our canyon walk in Muley Twist Canyon. Our packs are very heavy. They may not look like it, but they are dense.
Beefy boys. I did check some of the weather and maybe some rain today, tomorrow, and then a lot on Saturday morning. It hasn't really rained this spring throughout this area, so it wants to. We'll say that. Some things are just too big to record.
You look so small.
How do those feet feel?
You know, they're not great. It really just makes me think about why do I do this?
Why do you do this?
Maybe I just like pain. It definitely makes me feel good about myself, I'll tell you that. I think that's why I keep hiking, because it makes me feel good about myself.
And because you love it.
But why do I love it? I don't know.
Well, that's what love is. You don't know what it is. You can't explain it. It just is. Yeah, yesterday really knocked us out.
We didn't start hiking today till 8:30, and we've done just under 5 miles.
Yeah, numbers aside, you got a pretty big climb coming up and over the red slide into another canyon.
I'm not
Feeling
excited to ford 25 miles of the Escalante.
Our friend Caleb in Moab said that the Escalante River is the most beautiful place in the entire world. So we're gonna hold you to that, Caleb. Anytime I feel like the beauty is lacking, I will curse you.
But I could take a nap, let me tell you.
I could take a nap all day. After pouring instant coffee into my mouth and chasing it with water, I feel a little bit better.
I can't imagine this climb without cloud cover.
Oh man, yeah. Yeah, I've been really happy and proud of us with how we've been hiking the Hayduke so far. Just really trying to keep it on this like even level. We've been chipping away at this real monster of a trail. Doesn't really let up. Not so much.
It's right there.
How do we get there?
We have to go around all of this stuff. Just in time for the rain. Grab my Pedialyte. Look at all the layers we've traveled. Traveled a lot of layers. Saving a sip for emergency purposes. We had about 50 miles left between us and pizza, but those were Hayduke miles. Slow, unpredictable, and there was still the big unknown of the river.
Update. We've just been in the tents playing games on our phone. It might be kind of stopping, but also we need to really stop with the games and get outside. So,
We?
me. We're headed towards the Escalante River. It's probably just gonna be like a day of good through hiking suck.
We have like this much water from yesterday's ration.
Because the pool was not a pool, it was nothing. There's so much water around us.
We can just lick the wall.
I was thinking about licking the tent.
2 minutes after we left camp, we come across a flowing Middle Moody Creek.
Where yesterday this was all dry and all we wanted was to find the tiniest pool of water. Now we have this.
The time had finally come. Because of the ongoing rain, we decided back at the cache to avoid the slick rock detour around the Escalante River. At the time, the river, compared to the slick rock, seemed like the safer option, even though we were warned it was a terrible 25-mile bushwhack. So here we were, trying to rationalize our decision. It can't be that bad, right? It was.
How the is this easy walking?
I try to be nice about every section I hike, but I will say that the 25-mile Escalante River bushwhack is just not it. Can't find anything nice to say. You are either in this, you are in this, or you are in or on that other side. Both sides are very choked out. Doesn't matter where you're at. Here, 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 you just end up like this. Dejected. Sad. Sitting on a rock. Just with your pants, with a giant rip in your pants.
Pants are quickly going to become two separate pieces of fabric.
That's true. Keeping an eye on this, because if these two holes merge, that is a much larger hole. Caleb said this is the most beautiful place on earth. A lot of Navajo sandstone. It's pretty if you're in a raft, rafting down the river. That sounds nice right now. I can just look up and admire all the sandstone. Be like, wow, this is really pleasant and beautiful. But we will bend, we won't break. We're river people now. Was it worth it?
Oh, I would have been okay not.
Yeah.
It wasn't worth a pair of pants, I'll tell you that.
It's rumored that a crazy pilot once flew a small plane through the 220-foot hole of Stevens Arch. We felt crazy after bushwhacking for 3 days. With the river finally behind us, we needed a way to celebrate.
How was that?
Great. Morning of our last day of the section. It's huge.
That's what she said. Thank God we were getting out of here today, suffering only a few casualties along the way.
Good morning. How are you? I am well, except for my shoes.
We had a great stay at Circle D Motel. We're leaving Escalante today instead of the official Hayduke. We're just like walking out, and there's these roads you can connect to the official Hayduke later down the trail. It's gonna be good. It's gonna save us a couple days, and it's just always nice logistically to just be able to walk out of town. The truth was, my Achilles was really starting to hurt. I didn't know what to do. I knew I didn't want to quit. My focus was just getting to the next food cache, 40 miles away. How did you feel leaving Escalante?
I think that was the beginning of kind of an in-between period where that excitement of the beginning is kind of faded away, and you start to almost obsess over things in the future. For us, our obsession was the Grand Canyon, but we still had a long ways to go between Escalante and the Grand Canyon.
We've been on the road for a while, and we have to get off the road and meander these hills.
Maybe not overcomplicate things and just like drop.
Just send it.
Let's just send it. Cliffed out, so we just keep going around. So much for just sending it.
Life's a wash, then you die. I like hiking because I like to feel empowered. I needed to be getting stronger for the Grand Canyon, but instead, I felt weaker. Pain is logistically difficult to navigate on the Hayduke, because once you start a section, there's not a lot of places to bail out. Plus, we had buried food across the desert before the hike and felt responsible to dig it all up. To our surprise, the cache in the Pariah Wilderness had an unexpected gift that really cheered us up.
We got to the cache and we saw some presents left for us. Dirty Avocado and Jarhead. Hope the Duke has been treating y'all well and the water's been good. It has been something. Hope the rest of your journey is smooth and safe. May the Hayduke God smile upon ya. Love, Yaga.
Cheers to Yaga and all those before us. I don't know about that. The initial down climb can be tough, but hopefully a log will be there for an assist.
There's no log. I climbed down the first half and checked out the second pitch. There's no way I would down climb that.
There's another way to get down to Round Valley Draw.
You take a tumble, your ankles are done. So we're just gonna go around. Into the canyon.
Hopefully.
It's good, yeah. Hoping it keeps going.
Sometimes you have to make your own decisions.
You can see the slide that the rain comes down, which is pretty fun. It's all the way down into the pool of tadpoles. It's our water for tonight. You still like being out here?
Yep.
What do you like about it?
I like the rocks.
What else?
I like the birds. I like that I can wash my pot in the creek. I like that I'm hiking with you. My Achilles felt better today. For the first time in a long time, I felt like myself. I could really enjoy the things around me without being distracted by the pain. You are so bad.
Oh, it's so cold.
Breakfast. Warming up inside my pocket. Flour tortilla wrapped Snickers. Just a Snickers. It's not ready yet. It has to heat up a little bit more.
We are hiking, trying to find some petroglyphs this morning. We kind of have a joke on this trail that we don't see anything because either we're too tired to do a little diversion or we just can't find it. Like, I could not find some petroglyphs the other day. No idea. Fingers crossed today is the day we see her first.
Petroglyphs, the OG vandalism.
Just a bunch of kids coming out to the rocks, getting high, carving circles on the walls.
We did it! I like that nature is just there and you can enjoy it and you can just like appreciate it while you're in the moment and take the happiness that it gives you and just leave it at that.
Do I still like hiking? Yeah, I like waking up and walking every day because sometimes you end up in places like this. Sometimes you end up on a barren riverbed, just gotta go through it and eventually end up sitting in a place that you really want to be at.
I was hoping each town would allow me to rest my Achilles, just enough to keep going. That was the strategy inside my head. But first, we had to get a ride to Tropic, which took a little bit longer than expected.
Oh, that might be good. Oh!
We left Tropic this afternoon. We've been walking for about 4 or 5 miles. And look at this beautiful country. With a couple days off and my Achilles was feeling better. Maybe I can make it through the Grand Canyon after all. I was definitely more optimistic about the future and excited to hike into Bryce Canyon National Park. Yeah, I think we're gonna have cool weather for at least a couple more days. Maybe that coolness will linger inside of our bodies all the way into the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, I'd like to bring this cold energy
And then we can
to the bottom of the 100-degree canyon.
And then we can like call on it.
This is the best part of the night. Just warming my hands.
I like being in the forest because it makes me feel warm and cozy inside.
What does the desert make you feel like?
Hot and bothered. Yay! We're doing the Bryce thing. We should be careful not to fall over.
Absolutely.
sit with me.
Okay.
Let's watch all the people.
Yeah, let's watch them.
I can make a really big pot of ramen tonight.
I'll never be able to buy those again.
Or Cheez-Its. The soup is very...
This is one of my favorite time of days, looking back and seeing where I came from.
It was a very quiet day, walking in the forest. It always seems quieter when you're up a little bit higher and there's more trees. Maybe it kind of deadens the sound. Definitely a day to sit and take a nap. Doing a slight detour off the main Hayduke this morning to lick wash for really no other reason than the word lick was funny to us. So that's why we're here. When in lick wash, do you lick the rocks?
Yeah.
Oh! I don't know why people gravitate towards places like this. I guess just to remind ourselves of an older time, maybe a simpler time where you could just escape, come out and build a house against a rock wall way out in the desert, tend to your cows and no one bother you. I guess that feeling of wanting to like escape has existed for a long time. Who do you think is gonna pick us up at the road?
Pickup truck. That's where we belong.
That's where we belong. You're right, in the back of a pickup truck. 10 minutes, 15 minutes?
I'm gonna say like 15.
15 minutes. I'm gonna say first car that passes. Just kidding, that never happens. I'll give it 20. We've had about 200 cars pass us. We really need a hippie out here. Can I get a hippie to take me to town? Take me to a burger? 1-800-HIPPIE. You happy?
Yeah.
We are in Kanab and the sign says Zion is 30 miles away, which is our final destination. We could walk there right now. But instead, via the Hayduke, it's 300 miles away. Today we are headed to the Arizona border, where we were almost exactly 3 years ago to the day.
Hey, Jeez Louise. Wow. There it is. Feels like a lifetime ago. And just like that, the pain returns. At this point, it's past being annoying. I'm injured, and it sucks. It's just a foot soak on the go. Nothing to see here. We're about 4 miles out from the highway. We're arranging a hotel room for the night. Woo! We got this watermelon from the hitch that picked us up, and now we're gonna cut it with the only knife we have. We took 2 days off to help my foot. Sometimes pain can feel very isolating, so I was happy to hang out with some Hayduke friends at Jacob's Lake.
Sprocket.
And Jupiter.
What has stood out about this region of like land?
I mean, first, I like that typically it doesn't rain a lot, so I could just like hike and live and be happy in like cowboy camp and not have to worry about the rain.
I like the rocks. I know nothing about geology, but they're just like so many different crazy colors and shapes, and you just can't get bored like staring at rocks all day. I bought this little bandana in Canyonlands that has like all the different rock layers. So every time we see like a cool looking rock, I like get my bandana out and we like try and...
I think it's fun that there are so many options. You know, like I kind of came out here really wanting this to be hard. Like hard in every way, like you're gonna fall and get seriously injured hard.
I think it's just like adapting to the trail. In a single day you'll be like in a wash, following a cow trail, like going through these canyons. So just like having to adapt constantly to this little area that you're in has been really cool.
Yeah. The Grand Canyon's coming up. You guys excited?
I'm really excited. Yeah.
Excited, a little nervous about like the steep climb.
I guess nervous of just so far of all the people I know, there's like one section at the end of the Grand Canyon that like everyone has gone around it. So I'm wondering, like, are we gonna be the first to like go through it this year? I guess it's high water level, so
okay.
You know.
Yeah. Jeez. It's like a giant bellyache.
I freaking love being here. It's just so cute. It's like so neat. Just a perfect little strip. Existing so perfectly. Just waiting for you to walk on it.
We're all really good friends with peeps. You guys have peeps.
We gotta go.
The possible waters after higher as well.
I'm Hillary. Every day is something different and amazing to see, and coming from New Zealand, it's just so different to what I'm used to. So excited for the Grand Canyon. Yeah, bring it on.
And you've never seen it before, right?
Never seen it, no.
Oh man, yeah, it's gonna be wild to be on top of it. You're gonna see it soon.
I know I'm in for a treat.
We're off the AZT.
To the Grand Canyon.
Goodbye, AZT. You are perfect. It was nice to hike with Hillary there for a bit, and then with Jupiter and Sprocket.
It's turned into quite a little bubble.
Yeah, a little bubble.
Short brother.
Short brother. It's kind of felt like this is what the whole hike has been leading up to. We have a cache tomorrow. I'm gonna go out, hike off trail, grab the cache, and come back, and then we're gonna do a massive descent into the canyon. It's kind of weird too because we are right on the edge of the Grand Canyon, almost like this giant thing is lurking. We can't see it.
Yeah, there's a giant drop off somewhere.
There is.
I am tired.
Oh, I could be tireder.
I could definitely be tireder. I could be wrecked.
This is where I head down to go find the cache. Just 1,000 feet, 3 miles. I'll be there. Nice. All loaded up. This is gonna hurt. This is the canyon, baby. We are
Big old G.
We're starting it at a great time, 1:30 in the afternoon. So
1:44.
yeah, it's definitely really cooled down, and it's supposed to be really steep and maybe a little scary. But the canyon is incredible. It's so big. It's just so big.
2.7 to the water and 3,000 million feet of loss. How are you feeling?
A little hot. I'm looking to get some water, find a beautiful campsite, and sleep like a baby. I just want to sleep. It's been a long day.
Can't wait to hear the sound of the rushing water. It's like eerily quiet right now where we are.
That is the sound of water, and it's incredible. Let's go get us.
Wow, this is natural.
It's our first morning waking up in the canyon. We're tired, sore, but our hearts are full. We walked 500 long miles to get here.
We're also nervous. Once we reach the Colorado River, the Hayduke continues for 8 miles along the shore until it dead ends, and we need to find a boat ride across. It'll be a day of wait and see. This view right here is giving me life. I just wish it would stay like this, like all day. But I know that sun's coming out, and we're gonna die.
The sun has come for us. First break is over. We've been hanging out under a tree. We've dunked our t-shirts and our buffs around our neck. It's really hot when the sun's out. What's your thermometer say?
Oh God. Oh God. Right here in the heat,
Yeah.
105.
105.
As the canyon walls heat up, the animal trail we've been following disappears, and in its place, endless fields of talus.
Getting beat up by these talus fields along the river.
They came in and ruined everything.
They did. It was going really nicely.
I haven't peed, even though I've been drinking the most water I have ever drank in my life. But it's breezy, so I don't feel like I'm dying. But I also just want to like chill out.
And we're gonna make a break for the beach, leaving our nice little shaded spot. It's kind of clouded all over.
Last night was rough. I was practically limping on one foot. A lot of pain. But we made it, and it's like 8 o'clock now, and we're gonna wait for the hitch.
What is the hitch?
The hitch is gonna be whatever boat comes by, we're gonna make them stop and then they're gonna take us over the Colorado River by like a quarter mile and then across to the other side, because that's where the trail is. We cannot swim the Colorado River. We should not. Then the real Grand Canyon begins, I think.
So that boat wouldn't take us. Because I guess they didn't have room, but they had room. That's a little bit disappointing. So I'm disappointed in you boaters.
Those are the other boats that left us. Here you go.
We said a lot of mean things about the boaters, but look at us now.
Lemonade, they gave us water, they gave us all the liquids. We got a hot hike ahead of us.
Feeling good. We got the blue little Colorado right there. Yeah, we gotta cross it somewhere. There are a lot of boats. I guess we would have got picked up eventually, huh?
For the next 60 miles, our plan is to follow 4 different trails through the canyon and climb 6,000 feet up and out at the North Rim.
On the Beamer Trail, the immensity of the canyon starts to take hold. It's an underworld of unexplored mysteries where you half expect a dinosaur to emerge from behind the prehistoric rock.
9,000 years ago, the ancient Pueblos used to travel these cliff bands, collecting agave hearts to roast for food. And perhaps the biggest player in this grand scene is the mighty Colorado, which has drawn many adventurous spirits to some of the most intimidating whitewater rafting in America.
Needless to say, there's a definite spiritual power felt under the rim. For us, we definitely felt the power of the 113-degree heat and hid like outlaws under a rock. The game of getting through the canyon safely was becoming apparent. The river was our friend, our best source of water. Everywhere else felt deadly.
I am so exhausted. Just gotta cook some dinner, do all the chores, and go to sleep. Sun beats you up. Ain't nobody safe in the Grand Canyon. We're gonna wake up early tomorrow. It'll be good.
We're on our beach vacation.
Yeah, we are. What would you order from McDonald's right now?
Every single thing, but especially a Sprite.
We're in the thick of it now. Yesterday we were on the Beamer Trail. Today we start the Escalante route, which is listed on the map as an unmaintained trail, but surprisingly, it's a beautiful 18-inch strip across what seems like the most remote part of the canyon yet. The Grand Canyon has a way of making you feel connected to something beyond yourself. So we're on the Escalante route, and we're just talking about how incredible this trail is and how high it is above the river, like how long it took to build. There's just a lot of love that was put into something beforehand, just with the idea that someone might come along and hike it, and I understand why. Woo, baby, woo! Oh, this looks great.
Yes, yes, queen! Yes! Look at this cute dog! Aw. gonna do some soak action. Tonight's the last night by the Colorado. We won't be seeing this beautiful river until the bridge right before Phantom Ranch. It's gonna be kind of dry tomorrow. Yeah, I don't really know. I haven't really looked at the map that well, but yeah, gonna soak, wash off, and good day today.
Well, waking up and getting going at 5:30, we got a good 45 minutes in before we hit the sun. There just ain't a lot of time in the morning. Oh. Come here. Tomorrow we're gonna wake up really early to get to Phantom Ranch before they close, so we can get chips and soda and lemonade and cookies. We don't know what else they sell. We hope they sell hot dogs and milkshakes. So we are off bright and early, and the mission is Phantom Ranch and lemonade. I think we're done with weaving in and out of the folds. Now, straight ahead to Kaibad Trail.
Lemonade, lemonade, lemonade. At the bottom of the canyon lies a collection of buildings and cabins called Phantom Ranch. The ranch was first designed over 100 years ago in 1922 by lead architect Mary Coulter. Throughout the years, it's been an oasis of shade for many, and now for us, our unlimited supply of ice-cold lemonade.
To beat the 110-degree heat, we hung out with two other Hayduke hikers, Uncle Don and Trail Crew. We had been hiking with them off and on for the past week, and we were all very inspired by Uncle Don. He was absolutely crushing the trail at 77 years old, and I think we all hope to do what he was doing when we get to that age. Unfortunately, my interview with him was mostly lost to bad audio because I didn't have my microphone plugged in all the way. But I was able to salvage a little nugget of wisdom from the legend, Uncle Don.
My name is Don Johnson. I'm known as Uncle Don.
And do you think you'll keep hiking?
I think I'm going to keep hiking as long as I'm realistic. Nobody's going to say we're done someday, but apparently it's not today.
Yeah. Or tomorrow.
Or tomorrow, because I got to get out of here.
It was pretty short. Hey, we made it. Very popular here in the Grand Canyon this week. Runners, hikers, backpackers, horses, cabin stayers. What else? Daywalkers, night crawlers. My Achilles made it. I don't even know how. By some miracle. Didn't snap in half.
It hurts.
It's been so bad. I haven't really talked about it that much, but it's been really bad. Like, I really wanted to quit. A couple days ago. But tomorrow's a new day. Grand Canyon Part 1 done.
We had about 150 miles left on this journey to reach Zion, and with Dirty's injury, I don't think either of us knew how that was going to happen. The hardest section was still to come, but right now, we are focused on getting to town and celebrating a hell of a week in the canyon.
Well, we finally made it.
Are you treating me to dinner at McDonald's?
Yeah, it's date night in Kanab, Saturday night.
Happy date night.
And just like that, we are back on trail, which is a dirt road for about 30 miles before we drop back into the canyon. It's supposed to be one of the tougher stretches in the canyon, so packed a lot of salami and a lot of cheese to get us through. We are mostly walking forest road today. Well, literally walking forest road all day, but there is one point where you get a nice view and it is pretty incredible. So many layers of rock. Just grateful to be here, excited to get back down into it, excited to burn to a crisp again, excited to feel small in a big place.
We're descending into the Grand Canyon again. This time via the infamous Saddle Canyon. There's no trail, the navigation is complicated, and somewhere down there, the Tapeats Creek flows. How high? We don't know, but it was high enough to turn back other Hayduke hikers last year after the crazy winter snowmelt. We made it to Teddy's cabin. I'm gonna go check out what's inside.
If you're gonna be stuck in a rut, the saying goes, you might as well get stuck in the biggest rut in the world, the Grand Canyon. I've cried in the canyon, it's so emotional. My relationship with the canyon comes first, and because of that, my personal life has not always been so good.
You just have to trust it. When you go into Saddle Canyon, forget the line on your maps, forget the track on your GPS, forget the notes in your guidebook. When you reach the first truly impassable pour-off, backtrack to the actual cairn built by actual people and follow the faint trail up the scree slope and then contour along below the cliff to the ridge that you can then follow back down with the occasional cairn back into the canyon past the pour-off. Carrot Quinn.
We made it.
To the bottom of Saddle Canyon.
And up next is our next obstacle, the plunge pools.
I'm scared.
So they're like slides with water at the bottom of them. It's gonna be a hot day, so we're gonna try to get to the creek. Well, plunge pools to cool off, and then the Tapeats Creek and take another long break.
Tapeats.
Tapeats.
Okay, first plunge pool. Here we go. Jarhead is the test subject. Don't know what to expect. There he goes. Oh God.
Let her rip.
Oh God.
It's like this pretty much the whole way.
Without any water in sight. Hungry. Getting dark. No camp. Thinking that's it. This is where I die. But you know what? It wasn't such a bad place.
It doesn't look like much, but this water will soon pick up speed and become a problem down the canyon. Fortunately, or unfortunately for us, we won't know what we're dealing with until morning.
Up, and what a good morning it is. We are trying to avoid the Tapeats River on some cliff bands here, but we definitely have to drop down and go in the creek. So this is a part that turns back some people on their hikes because it's too high with the spring snow melt, so we're gonna find a way. Here's our crux. Camera's going away for this one.
I think that's the most insane thing we've done on this trip so far.
So after a morning of fording, crossing, and nearly being swept away by the Tapeats, we are out and we're headed to Deer Creek Falls. We're trying to catch a boat ride there. Just crossing our fingers for a boat ride. If we can't get one, I don't know. That is not a situation that I want.
We're not thinking about that.
We're not thinking about that because it would be 115-degree cross-country bushwhack. I'm done with walking along these waters. I just want to ride. Ah, Thunder Mountain looks crazy. Almost to the top.
We're at the top yet?
Yeah.
No. Where's
Almost.
the top?
I think it's up there. We're close.
Oh God.
We are close.
Looks very inhospitable.
Yeah, it sure does. Oh, I hope that boat's there.
This sounds like a 3-foot long skate.
What? That's what he was doing.
Oh.
Just tripping
This
balls.
is mind blowing. Wow.
Better than what you were guys gonna eat.
So
I
much
feel
better.
Like who needs mushrooms? I feel like I'm tripping out.
I'm
God. She tries to say she brought it now. Like a chocolate, I break it, just never have to stab it here.
What I really wanna say, I can't define. It's love that I need. Oh, my soul will have to wait till I get back and find a hide of my own. Daddy's gonna love one and all.
How is my can smashing?
Amazing. What a great past few days. I'm here across from Deer Creek Falls. We are getting ready to hop on these boats and go downriver, where they're gonna stop for us at Kanab Creek so we can continue on with the Hayduke. Kanab Creek is our exit out of the Grand Canyon. And it's just like so interesting, the experience, to like meet these people and just be invited to share, you know, a meal. It's really nice. but there's some rapids that are coming up, I hear. They said that it should be fine, but I will get wet. I don't mind getting wet. I just don't want to fall off, because then I don't know what to do.
Alright.
There's the cool kids boat. We got Danny and Rod drinking beers. Rod's a bad influence. How many beers deep?
You're 2 beers deep
You
right
can
now.
embellish.
You're 7 or 8 in deep right now, and it is 9:30 in the morning.
There's a long, celebrated history of rafting down the Grand Canyon, 279 miles from Lee's Ferry to Pierce Ferry. I was on a raft with Stella, who had learned to row growing up from her dad, and was now navigating the 250 challenging rapids, mostly alone, at the age of 22. What do you like about rowing?
I like that it challenges me. I like that it's something I can keep getting better at. And I like there's a pretty instant reward if you run through a rapid correctly, you know. And if you didn't, you also know pretty quick.
And what's the biggest thing your dad taught you about rowing that's kind of stuck with you?
Confidence. Anything you drop into, trust that you know what to do.
Bye guys!
You had 3 beers?
Yeah, it's not good.
That's wild, dude.
Head hurts. I'm so drunk right now. It's all Rod's fault. He's a bad influence. It was a long ride.
Oh my
We were
god.
talking about sheep.
Oh man. It's sad to see him go.
Like, I don't feel good physically, but I feel really good mentally.
That's great.
But we're going over there.
I feel like my Hayduke wouldn't have been complete without the rafting experience.
No, the Hayduke's all about like being outside in all different forms. You have hikers, you got rafters, you got people in OHVs, you got people just out there doing what they enjoy doing and looking out for each other. So that's the spirit of it.
We were on a high from the boat magic, perhaps trying to ignore the reality that lay ahead.
This side canyon was our exit out of the Grand Canyon, but it was still 60 miles to civilization.
The going was slow. The canyon walls were on fire, and we knew all this water would eventually dry up, and it would be a race to where we buried our last food cache.
It's not.
Careful. Jeez. I wish we could hike at that speed. Do you remember how much water is in our cache?
Almost 7.
Okay,
Well, a little over 7, 2 gallons.
We stopped at Willow Spring. It was indeed not drinkable. I'm tired. My Achilles is back. I'm excited to get to the cache and drink some bottled water. And eat whatever it is, whatever the heck we left in there. I can't remember now. It was like years ago.
And after 2 months, we are here at the last cache. Really thirsty, pretty hungry. Definitely need this. Excited to dig it up. Definitely need water. Good water too, not salty water that seems to dry me out even more.
been a long, tough stretch to here. And I am a little out of it, so. They're nice. There's like some type of small leak in this one. I'm dirty. Just checking on my ginger tea in the hotel room. We are in the middle of a 00 with 35 miles left. I don't really know of another trail that I ever have or will ever 00 with 35 miles left, but here we are. I guess it's just been a good reset before we finish. And the last couple days won't be like super easy, so yeah, instead of, I guess, rushing, it's been nice to take a little time and kind of reflect, I guess, and think about everything. Three days left. I'm excited to get out there.
Back to 90-degree weather we go.
I'm sweating buckets.
We're climbing up out of Squirrel Canyon. It's like 6 o'clock in the afternoon and we're trying to get to a pothole. Kind of gambling and banking on these mystery potholes.
So this is the potholes on my map. Yeah, I have waypoints for 2 potholes. This one says potholes, and the one in about a half mile says large potholes. And we know that there's water back at the spring, but it was off trail, kind of hard to get to. We really were banking on these random waypoints on my map. But the first one's no good. So now we have to decide, do we chance it and go to the second one? It's been pretty dry here. There really hasn't been a lot of rain in the past couple weeks, so I'm gonna say the next one's gonna be dry. After that, there's no water for like 15 miles. You want to chance it?
So here we are again on the Hayduke, gambling with water on the very last stretch. We're hoping there's water at these large potholes. We don't know. We just don't know.
Yeah, I kept coming to all those little drop-offs, and each one you look over, nothing. Even some of the pools look like water, but then you look in them and they're just sand. But then come to this wonderful little pour-off.
What the?
Right. We're good for the night and tomorrow.
Can we just camp here?
Yeah. What a beautiful sight. Not a mirage. Oh, that was risky, but paid off. All loaded up with water this morning. Full day of carrying.
Oh,
I heard that pop.
I've been in there for a while too.
Yeah. Jupiter and Sprocket had warned us about the upcoming sugar sand, and they weren't lying. As the afternoon began to take hold, the endlessly unavoidable sand started to wear us down. But just as you think you're doing something crazy, you randomly meet someone else who's doing something even crazier. And can you just tell us a little about your adventure out here, what you're doing, where you're at in your adventure?
So I'm doing a route that I'm calling the Divide to Crest route, and it goes from the southern terminus of the Continental Divide Trail to the northern terminus of the Pacific Crest Trail, connecting a bunch of different like pre-existing routes, a couple trails, and then just making some of my own routes to connect everything together.
How long is it and how many miles are you in?
So I'm expecting it'll be about 3,000 miles in total, maybe a little over, and I want to say like 1,200 miles in maybe.
What do you like about being out here?
I like the freedom for through hiking in general. I like the singularity of purpose, and I like the time to connect with nature. It's not that often that we get to like fully immerse ourselves in the outdoors. It's just like a way of it slows down my life, it slows down the way that I think about things, and it simplifies things. There's something like really beautiful about that. It like feels like how it's supposed to be. I know that 70-year-old me is gonna be really, really cool with it and gonna be really, really proud of how I'm spending my time now.
So this is our last morning.
Could it really be?
Is it possibly true? I guess we're gonna go finish. I'm gonna be sad to not just wake up in the tent and have like water outside, like the sound of water.
I'm gonna be happy. No, I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna miss the frogs. All right, here is the last bit of Hayduke.
Yeah.
Trying to soak it all in, literally. This is where we jump.
So there is one final obstacle. So close to being done, is pretty much an impossible like waterfall drop off. So we're gonna look for a way around it.
So now we gotta go under or through a cave, tunnel, dark thing. Just, I'm really proud of myself for continuing to push through even when everything in my logical brain was telling me to stop. So it's been honestly kind of bittersweet because I kind of don't want it to end in a weird, ironic, kind of more maybe subconscious way. Yeah, my body just wants it to be over. But I know that my heart is gonna miss it. Oh God. So much freaking sand. More sand than you can fathom.
Sand to the very end.
Sand to the core. What is life after the Hayduke?
I see it.
The official end to the Hayduke is closed, so we had to create our own ending.
Oh yeah.
What better way to conclude this crazy 2-month adventure? A random trash can.
Done.
We are hiker trash after all. We just walked all of this. May not look like much, but what do we do now that the Hayduke is no longer? Do we walk some more? Yeah, we walk some more.